Well, welcome to episode 31 of FPL Top Dogs, BALLYHAUNIS, as I try to sort out the mic there. Bit of an echo. So, yeah, 35 now. We're nearly getting there, folks. And I'm the guru here to take you through all the shenanigans in the Christy Nicholson Pub Fantasy League, here based in around County Mayo, Connacht, the west of Ireland, then the whole of Ireland, then the whole of the world. And we have members in the Christy Nick League, and that's how we keep in contact, keep in touch, have a bit of banter, and support each other along the journey in our community and diaspora of FPL Top Dogs, BALLYHAUNIS. And our role here is to try and encourage people and share the knowledge and information and teams and make sure everyone's got a fighting chance not to fall or slip the ranks because we're building a good thing here. So 35 game weeks gone. We have 36 coming up, which will be the last double game week, just involving Crystal Palace and Man City. So they'll have a double game each. So whether it's everyone's talking about whether we should be getting in three Palace. You see, the Palace being in the Conference League, it looks like they'll surely get through to the final, being 3-1 up. I think it's Bologna, if I had to guess, on Thursday, but I'm not making any transfers until I see what happens tonight. Well, not so much tonight, but Aston Villa and Nottingham Forest tomorrow. Forest 1-0 up in that Europa League semi, and then the Conference League, Palace and Bologna. I think it is Bologna. They already bet Florentina, do they? So I'll see if there's any injuries, bits and pieces. But Glasner's rotating like how Mateta's being rotated. Sar's barely kicking a football in the Prem. Rested. You can talk to all the influencers or watch what they're doing about. Even Mitchell's been rested, and um, the Qua now could be a good shout. I'm thinking about getting in Henderson for João Gomez, who's injured for Wolves, which is a shame in a way. He had ankle injury, but I can just do that as a free transfer. I've done about a -4 to get Munoz, but we'll see. I don't know if I have to go overly attacking really this stage, but we'll see. I'm not happy to be on the Semenya, Haaland, and Gehi side of things. I'm a bit worried about Nico O'Reilly now. People captaining him. There's some people still have a triple captain left. So I'd rather have the O'Reilly thing in Xerxes and Haaland. So it's a tricky one. But who's to say after the other night with Everton, nobody could have predicted that. 3-3, incredible, crazy stuff. So he have thrown the whole thing away in a way. I think Arsenal now should be able to get this thing done. And there you go, guys. Just get mentally ready and prepared. And there's no point hoping now against hope and say, oh, they mightn't do it. Oh, they might. You just accept they're going to win both games to double the whole lot. And also, we've seen the relegation race as well with Spurs and De Zerbi coming into massive form. Zerbi ball and away to Villa, who kind of jacked it in with 7 changes. And yeah, they went down 2-1 right at the end. Porro I had losing the clean sheet, but it's moot anyway. I'll take a 61. Let's share the thing. It's very, very difficult to get in that top million. It's a joke, man. It's just like I'm at a rank now where you're possibly at the worst you can be for someone as engaged as I am. I wouldn't say an influencer. I'm more of like a overseer of the Christy Nicholson Pub Fantasy League. We've gone since 2012. Probably should have been going a lot longer than that, but I knew this thing was going along, but I didn't really catch the bug, until the BALLYHAUNIS FC ran some sort of fantasy league thing back then, and Paul Bonan Nolan told us that let's enter. So originally, he can say that. Oh, actually, officially, the first win was with him, with Vincent and Bonan. That's what it was. My first Christy Nicholson Pub Fantasy League, 2014. So yeah, Bunon's got one, I think maybe. I did all the work. Um, yeah, but in the court of law, I'm in the court of law, my name's there. So yeah, so we have dudes here going for their first Christy Nicholson Pub Fancy League and to join the annals of history. Um, yeah, everything is tricky with this live FPL and advertise, so they have to make money. Don't know if some of you pay for this thing, but I don't know what the use. I don't even look at the tools. I don't even look at those around me that I can, if what players around my rank could actually be. I don't even bother. It's just life's too short, man. I just go kind of by gut and by have a quick look at other people's teams and I just get a feel rather than whatever. I'll also explain about the new league format of FPL Top Dogs. I'm loving the look. It's not as complicated. Anyone can win the Christy Nicholson Pub Fancy League. Even if you're in the Dog Tag League, and we'll explain that one. Even if you're in there, and then the following year you decide to take it serious, you get all the luck, and you're blessed, and you can win the Christy. This is just kind of to give people an idea. When you talk to somebody in town or something, I say, "Oh, yeah, I'm a top dog," and they'll know straight away you're a top 15 player because the top 20, the 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, they will actually, this is the Excel thing I had to look at anyway. You will get demoted after game week 38. So it's a season thing. Once you're a top dog, you're a top dog for the year. So there's obviously this is the current Christy Nicholson Pub Fancy League. This is the league really. All I'm doing is I'm differentiating everybody just by the point total. So it's 35, the three more game weeks left. So we'll take the snapshot at game week 38, and then we'll find out who the fallers. So I suppose I don't know what to do really. If you win the league, but the FPL Top Dogs League, but the catch is you mightn't win the Christy Nicholson Pub Fancy League because that could be someone in the leagues below who has the cracking year. As a lot of these players will say, Eamon Phillips is coming on, but at the moment, he will get promoted to the top dogs and take one of us out. Parker 1, Kieran Kiley in 17th, me in 18th, and Duncan Hannon and Mark Phillips. Now that's a proper nice. We're pretty serious. We're good players here, and that's how tricky it is to be a top dog because you're going to get relegated. It's the bottom 5 of every league that gets relegated, and the top 5 of every league. So yeah, so that means that's why I've got underdog here at the minute because when the snapshots took, I want to be up here where Liam Hare is. So at the moment, it's nearly 20 points down. Well, 16 is 20 points down on Liam Hare, and that's going to be tricky. And I know he's got chips. But it's really tight. 14th, John Halpin. Maybe he's got some chips. Jack Maloney's a little bit away now, about a good 25 points away from me. And it's very, very tricky. But I suppose any of these can still get relegated to the underdog league. And Roy Harford's clearing away. You can say the top 10 there are going to be top dogs. And they'll get the top 10 top 10 top dogs hats for next season. And whoever wins it then, will consult what the color of the caps will be for next year. I haven't organized the ones from last year yet. I'll have to figure that out soon when I go over in the summer or whatever. So that's the state of the league at the moment. I just explained. So that's after game week 38. It's going to be the 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 that will go down. And it will be Adam, Hickey, Eamon Phillips, Barry Cribben, the Maeve, James Lyons, and Owen Collins will get promoted to being top dogs for all of next season, 26, 27. And so, I don't believe in all this kind of who have half season this and oh well, let's do it every quarter, and then nah, it's just this is the best way to do it. Like 38 game weeks, and you're a top dog, and you can walk around town and say, yeah, I'm officially a top dog. And somebody will say, well, what are you? A mumbling like I'm a stray dog. Yeah, well, I'm sorry, that's the crack. Um, so so 21st to 25th will get promoted to top dog. So then you got the underdog league. So this is the underdog league. So anyway, at the moment, Dave Martin can make up that ground. There's still all to play for. And Tommy Cunyon can make up a bit and get promoted to the top dog league. Now Richardson can still get there, but possibly top five of the underdog league will get promoted. So they're the positions filled at the moment by the lads here. Hickey, the Enforcer, Barry Cribben, the Maeve, and the Bannerman are holding them down. But there's a good bit of competition still yet to come for them to hold off the rest. So yeah, the rest are just floating in the underdogs here, and then at the bottom five in the underdogs league will go into the stray dog league. So that's Robert McCormick, Farah Desmondo, Jack McGoldrick, Dara Kilkenny, and Ross O'Hara. So I'm just warning you guys, like at least there's a little a little bit of warning that if any are honest or one of you tell one of the lads, oh, you need to still get a move on, even though you're not going to win the Christy Nicholson Pub, you can gain up in the league, and you can enhance your status. I'd rather be an underdog than a stray, and I'd rather be a stray than a puppy, and I'd rather be a puppy than a dog tag. So they're the leagues. So at the moment, Robin McCormick in 36th, and Farah and McGoldrick in Dara and Ross 9. 118 O'Hara in 40 will go and get relegated into the Stray Dog League. And in replacing them at the moment, with only 3 game weeks left, is Gary Higgins, Patrick Caulfield, Luke Walsh, Donny O'Brien, and Jason McGoldrick replace them. If they can keep their place there, again, it's a little bit more clear cut who will go up to the underdog league in the strays, because at this stage you're going down the leagues and less people are more engaged. But this could be a way of keeping it fresh, if you've got a chance. This is all about kind of improving the overall rank of the Christy Nicholson Pub Fantasy League. Yeah, it's a good way maybe. Yeah, a bit of a cough. The pollen's killing me this year, man. It's a tree pollen. Very bad. So Daniel Jordan looks like, and Joe Braid, Dara Hunt, Cyril Collins. Now, well done with completing the marathon there, Cyril and Joe Fahey. So since I mentioned that now, yeah. So that's the Stray Dog League. So, the bottom 5 in the Stray Dog League at the moment are Joshua Webb, Joseph Lyons, Ryan Kilblan, Dara Coyne, and Seamus O'Boyle. Yeah, excuse me, guys. So those lads will be demoted to the Puppies League, and replacing them at the moment with 3 game weeks left is Ethan Kane, Dylan Lyons, Carl Morris, Connor Hussey, yeah, who shouldn't be here, James Crane. These guys will go into the Stray Dogs. And there's a lot of puppies in here. John Kelly, double time winner in 15 and 16, if I can recall. So back to back. Gerald Carney, I think he's our 2024 winner. Joining in 25, and this year will be the 26th. So there's a lot in here. This Puppies League's crazy stuff. Sean Gilday, oh my God. Come on, the sniper shouldn't be there at all. Andrew Cagnon does take it serious, but something went off. I know he's down in Australia and he's doing bits and pieces, and it's a few things knocked him off his stride there. He went moaning about Luigi Healy saying that he had time for a game week, or there was some sort of skullduggery and stab in the back stuff, and he was never the same again. So Luigi's used to be in this all the time, but he's just like he said to me in text that it's just like the time difference in Australia, and it can't be, it's the stress. It's not the stress, but like it's just so inconvenient for our international players. Well, yeah, he's missed anyway. Luigi did come second in the Christy Nick, so he's got the trophy. Holding it up like I love the way he held up his head with the two hands. It was great that day. Yeah, I think the hurling was great that day in the clock. But I hold on to them memories, man. I do. I think of them a lot, like in the lads and everyone's back, because we're all now four corners of the world, guys, but we're still finding a way to keep in touch. I think that's the main thing of what the Christie can do as well. It can have, we'd have a lot more banter if, Luigi and a few of the others are in the WhatsApp and they could be informed easily enough, but I suppose you don't want to be getting notifications at 1, 2 in the morning that there's a deadline on and you're meant to be going into work at 6 and it's just not, I understand it. But being in the WhatsApp group that we have, FPL Top Dogs WhatsApp group, and I've got the Gone to the Dogs WhatsApp group. No, nobody is an excuse for ever missing a deadline. And also, I send a lot of info on, especially leaks. And a few of you guys have really been helped with those leaks, and you have thanked me. So I know it makes a difference. I'm in it for the whole genome of FPL rather than that sort of you can go peevish and you can go selfish and you can go, oh, I'm keeping my cards close to me chest, I why give away my advantage? It's dog eat dog. Yeah, I can understand that, yeah, but that's fair enough. You can do that because it is a competition, it's a game, and there's things to be won as well. There's all sorts of bragging rights and this and that and a whole lot. So I understand it. So the puppies, yeah, there's some great names here. Jerry Freely's very handy as well. Seb is still doing bits and pieces. Jason Coyne, Shawnee, the baller, Fitzmaurice, Michael Kill, and Sean Kalani. And what will be relegated in the puppies to the dog tag league is Owen the Love Boat Row and Claire Morris, Mark Byrne, Rosamil Rosie. He's based out, I think over in Malaysia. Jeremy Duffy and Christy Snowman Kilcourse, former winner, 2019 triple champion. There'll never be another triple crown champion. Yeah. So, and Michael Waldron, Connor Keane, Will Nestor, William the Hitman, Sean Klimiski, and Kevin Guru Killer Kilbride will be all promoted to the puppies. So, I don't know, man. If you're happy enough, Christy, just to stay there, I think is there any chance? 1640 is the safety zone here. It's 51 points over 3 games. I'm sure he's got a few chips and all that left, but sure. That's the crack and that's the format. Hopefully you guys have got the gist of it. It's pretty simple. It's just going to go by, and people have been saying, "How are you going to keep track of?" No, it's not updating. This is simple stuff. I wouldn't be even thinking about league standings because after the snapshot in game week 38, and we find out who's promoted, who's relegated, who wins this, that's it for the rest of the year. We put it to bed. Okay, I'm official top dog for the season here. You should be getting merch, more t-shirts, all this and that, like, um, and you're an underdog for the year. You got the Moses, yeah, I'm an underdog this year, yeah, I know, but it's very competitive that Christy. You can kind of fob yourself off that way. There's proper quality going down here at the minute. Parker one, there's three former winners there, and Kieran Kiley won a double. He won two trophies in the season once. I think it was King of the Travellers and Kirkclap Memorial. He won 1 year, so that's quality. And Mark is just always there, 15th. He needs that sort of run. The Oracle is I can't put my finger on it. Like it just doesn't get any sort of run or any luck, and he's not for lack of trying or want. He's one of the OGs here in a way. Like um, the Christy Nick, he really took to it. It's a bit kind of you know demoralizing to see that. If it's just the Christy Nick owes nobody nothing. Absolutely nobody's owed Jack Baloney here. At the moment here, we got Neil Lacers Carney. He came second last year and he's doing it again. And he's got a healthy, proper lead. Look at that for a lead. Oh my God. 32 points is a proper league with 3 games left. I'm sure Dave will have to have a look at his wild card in 35, and I'm sure he's going to do his bench boost. So he can close it a bit. So I'm not ruling that out, but there's another 14 down to Steve, and that's all points again. And Steve doesn't have much in the line of chips. I'll have to check. Sure, he might have one left, but we'll see anyway. And then there's a bit of a gap to Huey in the Kirkclap Memorial Cup place there, fourth. So if I was Huey, I'd be trying to keep ahead of Joey here. And there's a bit of a distance there with Owen. Uh, it's not insurmountable. Only 14 points down to sixth there for Owen. 16 for Fergie to get in that fourth place in the Kirkclap Memorial Cup. My friend in California who was a referee in San Diego, former U.S. Marine Corps, uh, passed away. So Memorial Cup. Yeah, Kirk Clapp. So that's Owen Cunyon in sixth, so Fergie in seventh, Fergie Walsh in seventh, Connor Freely 2066. So all these lads down to Rory should be fine for a hash. And then down the league Chambers with the 23. That's Cal, Crumpet Carney. And so all these down from 12 down here. We're all not out of the woods here. We can all be dragged in here somehow. So I'll figure out something. I'll have to come up with something up my sleeve to get a bit of a differential on the lads. I'm not sure even who to target here, really. Liam's got too many chips. John C. Halpin's quality, and there's no Daw. Jack Maloney, Jack the Dancer is, he does the duo draft. He's always on it, not having a bad season at all. He's really come back from last season as well. He's serious. He loves the game. He loves FPL. The Crumpet again is another Carney that's doing the worst of the Jazz. We saw where Jazz. He's down in the puppy league. You want to be careful, mate. Yeah, I don't blame Ja because what do we call him, the Brack lunatic. He's won the bloody thing. He's won the Christy Nicholson Pub Fancy League. You can take a season off, but I expect him to be come back again next year. But he's the straggler of the Carnies at the moment. There was a 5-team cross country chase. It's a terrible, that's not a great place. You want to have a lovely group of 5 in the top 20, and you'll win that team. But it's great. Neil Lacers is up there, and Huey Carney's there, and there's a Carney in a pear tree in every orchard here. So yeah, fair play to the lads. Phillipses have kind of fallen back an awful lot. The Eamon has come well the last couple of years, but Starman was the man, for quite a few seasons. He's fallen back there. The Oracle is just fallen back. 20th shouldn't be where he is. I'm not sure what to make of it. There's a few more Phillipses there, but yeah, it's a funny old league here anyway, guys. So I'm not going to do too much. I'm going to wait anyway, as I said about the Crystal Palace. If there's any injuries, do you know what? I think it's nearly not worth wasting the transfers. We'll see, but Semenyo is a problem. They're saying he's too wide and out on the wing. Dango is just avoided points at every turn. So is Thiago. It's just meh. But they're tipping away. Rogers is a joke, but he's got Burnley next. And Watkins was benched the other day against Spurs, which is a joke. Gay got that assist, but get less than three. Um, Gabriel should have scored a hat trick, but didn't, and he gets a stupid six. Did he even get the? He didn't even get the DefCon, which is. Uh, I'm not going. He didn't get the DefCon, man. It's just forget it, man. Keller has done well, happy with what he's doing. Cavalier and so a bit met, threw it on Haaland. It would have, man, just it's been the worst season of all time. This from start to finish. Now we have Saka coming back for Arsenal. The other day, didn't he go off after halftime against Fulham? Scored a goal and assist. So what do you do with that? Okay, it's fine. Like, oh, it was he won't have as much bonus and he won't get the clean sheet point and he won't get the extra point. So he's on the way back. And did he play the other night? He scored. So it's possible maybe to take a punt on this guy, but for me, trying to figure out how to wrangle him in here, it's just like Bruno would have to go. Or, but I think it's just I don't know, man. I have to play this right, but I'm happy to have the two Everton guys in there. I think there's a game I can target. What game is it now? Yeah, it's Sunderland at home. They got two away. They could do anything against Spurs. So I'm not worried. Crystal Palace are on the beach. So I think I should be playing all my Everton because I'm really impressed with them massively. And I now should have done a lot better than he did. Again, he's another point dodger. Matoma, joke. Is he getting booked? There's just nothing out there. It's absolutely. Hinselwood is getting points for Brighton, but it's boring. There's not much of a sexy pick anymore in FPL. And there's no variety for people to go on. I mean, Mukiele, right? Sunderland, boring. Okay, it is. You've got to be. I'm telling you, next season I'm going to have five defenders: Mukiele, Gabriel, Saliba, Raya, Van Dijk, and Tarkowski. There have to be a Palace defender, and there has to be. O'Reilly's in it. Well, he's meant to be a defender, but he's a midfielder in the Sun Dream Team. So work that one out. Yeah, I think there's a dearth now. Riley would possibly have to go in. Gabriel, Saliba, maybe Van Dijk. You're always thinking of Bulla. But there's a lot of like the Mukiele thing that I was on about. And then you're not even talking about Bournemouth defenders then. Senesi's got to be in there. And there's a Hill. Hill won't be 4 million like he was earlier on. He's going to be about 5, minimum 5, because he's DEFCON merchant. So you need to have 5 defenders next year. 3, I think in this formation, right? I'll have to double check this anyway. I can go into what I'm going to go. Thiago's now up against City, isn't he? And Calvert-Lewin could do anything against Spurs. They can still crack under that pressure, but I have to get. Oh, I'm not going to the game now. I'm going to go to the Everton game instead. But that would have been a good game, Monday night game to go to. See if Spurs can. If they get a win, they're nearly. They're not confirmed, but yourself. It just depends what. West Ham are at home to Arsenal on Sunday, and Spurs have got to play Leeds on Monday. So Spurs could be buoyed by the fact, and it's so true. They could be buoyed. Yeah. If West Ham get defeated, And Arsenal have to go for the title. Do they want to jack it in and try and help West Ham get up and get rid of Spurs? I don't know, mate. Arsenal's in a tricky position. Like, I think it's going to be a draw. I think it's going to be a 1-1, mate. Oh, it's hilarious, man. So that would suit everybody. Then Man City will be back in, and then it will all be scrambling for goals again, and it'll be a very exciting end to the season. But I don't know if you can trust it anymore. The too many of Man City's players have not been there at the races whatsoever. Now everybody's falling over Bernardo Silva. That's boring, man. Go. Nobody will consider him in there. It's completely crazy. I don't think okay. If you watch football, you have to see what he does. But man, what did he do against Everton away there? Semenyo's gone off the boil now. Foden's a joke. There's just too much there. Daku comes in, he blows away a brace, and then he'll go away and do nothing for. He's just nothing you can trust in that team. And Haaland is just not even inspiring anymore. I don't think he's had a double-digit haul since game week 22 or whenever I got rid of him for I think it was 21. He blanked against Sunderland or away. He didn't do anything against Leeds, I don't think either. And so I'm getting rid. And so he's not had a double digit haul for like light years ago. So I don't know, man. It's just like he goes off the boil. So Thiago's got a good chance. This is the battle here. Man City and Brentford, the battle of the golden boot here. Okay, so advantage Haaland, he's got the extra game. I know, but still. Um, there should be goals in that, so it's just a no-brainer to captain them anyway. I'll have to figure. I don't fancy Kelleher for the save points. I think I could just simple move, get Henderson in, and I can get a Henderson against City anyway with save points. But Henderson will have. I don't have any. I can't think. Is it Everton? Do they have Everton? Is it? I try. I don't want to. I'm only guessing here now. Uh, yeah, Everton at home. So you never know anyway. But I think then I have Henderson against two Everton. It doesn't matter anyway. There's not going to be many points in it unless there's a penalty save or something for Henderson. I think that's the good move, getting Henderson for Jose and the rest. But then he could even be rested. Bloody hope not, man. Jeez, I'm sick of it, man. They are resting Henderson as well. The other plonker's going in as well, whoever. So I'll just leave it as is anyway. And I don't really think I want to be doing a -4 even for Munoz. Um, yeah, that'd be it there anyway, I suppose. The Rodgers has got one more chance, I suppose. Liverpool home, and so I'd be getting rid of Rodgers straight away after that. And I'm so happy to. I've never taken a chance. Rodgers is what's wrong with the whole of the Premier League this year, along with Matoma, and it's just they got no route to points, and once they get stifled out of the game, or there's a change in formation, or someone gets injured, they're asked to do a different role. He did all his great stuff down center left, in behind Watkins up front, and he's shifted around here and there, and he's doing a lot more dog work, and he's getting more bookings, and it's gone ratty defensive now, and it's all about set pieces the whole game. This is just the cycle we're in now. It will go back. It will turn. It will. All this rubbish will turn. This isn't the. If it is, and this is, we're still talking about set pieces in 5 years' time. Nobody will want this stuff anymore. It's too much money, and it's just you just put a film on, put Back to the Future on, watch the snooker. I was watching the snooker when Man City were 1-0 up, and then all of a sudden, wham bam, and yeah, okay, you can get some of the games like that, but they're not all like that. Trust me. Yeah. So sorry, a bit of a blocked nose. It's just hopefully recover soon enough. 1.134 million. So meh, meh, out of 13 million. Meh. Um, So what have we got left here? So Lacer Carney leading the Christy Nick 21,000k out. So out of 13 million, he's at 21k now. I must have clicked into the ad here. Typical, isn't it? Yeah, let's see the App Store. So I've clicked into some sort of a ad. Damn, get out of that. Just be careful. Click it at the right. It misleads the X, you see. It was a small, tiny X above the fake X. So yeah, so Neil Lacers Carney's all out of chips, two free transfers going forward. He's got no Palace, but will be very interesting. He's got the O'Reilly, Semenyo, Haaland version, and for Bruggen, you might play him against I forget is it Wolves or something. I forget now, but Brighton. Palmer on the bench, that's a waste of money right there. Wouldn't Chelsea with Liverpool next? Don't like it. Uh, Absolutely, Chelsea are unbackable until they get a proper manager and some of those egos get sorted. Enzo Fernandez playing on there, you just know straight away that he's looking for the big move, and he's done. So Chelsea in big trouble. I can't see who can come in or do anything. Senesi, Hill with Lacers there, and Grobe and the Andy from Let's Talk move. Oh, for the heck, another baller, man. Seriously. Thiago, Calvert-Lewin, a little bit of what I have, a lot of leads in there. Bit of versatility in this team anyway. Probably, is it good enough? Well, that's the thing. Our friend, the quiet fellow, David McNamara, he's got a chip left, hasn't he? He's done his wild card. So he doesn't have a bench boost. He's got a triple captain. So that will go on probably a City player. So anyway, yeah, Lacers will captain Haaland for the double, and I suppose it's a good possible. As I said, 32 points. You won't make that with a triple captain on Haaland. So it's a kind of very tricky situation whether you can just take your triple points against Haaland, get 10 back against Lacer, and maybe eat him somewhere along over the next two game weeks. It's a very patient ride. It's a very brave ride. He's got the Cherksey. That's what you want. Tavernier isn't on Penos anymore. Forget it. Sarah and Lacroix. Okay, he's got them in, and he's got Henry. He's very well fixed. After that wild card, so he's in good situation. I think Lacroix will play both games anyway. Mitchell's got his rest. There's a Richards. I meant to say Richards has got his rest anyway. From Palace and Sarr. Well, he won't be. Will he play the Everton game? Because it's all about Europe now. So that's the good call. Justin's in there because what he done the other night against Wolves, was it? And he's got a couple of good couple of Arsenals. What you want at the minute, especially in defence. He'll have to weigh up anyway about a Saka move, but he's done his wild card, and I don't see it very easy to get money there to do much of a mess. But it's quite different to what our friend up here, Lacers Carney. So it's touch and go at the moment, and Dave's on 61k. And Stevie Nolan's just about 14 back on Dave. And it's 44 points. It couldn't be 44 points. Wow, it's just hard to believe, that I suppose the treble Sunderland when Forest won 5-0 was a bummer, but he still got a good old score out of it. I can't believe it's all that amount of points already. Like, 28. So yes, 44 points. It's 46 points. It's probably a bit too much. Bench boost is done. So the triple captain. You'll have to maybe go rogue and maybe go on the O'Reilly train. I don't know, but that's all I'd be looking there. Some sort of City dude. And triple captain in Haaland when you've got all them points to make up on Lacer and the other dude is it's kind of moot in a way. And also like your man Dave McNamara can just triple captain Haaland there. So we're getting to the end game here. Is it sufficiently different? It's like Pam or a bust now with Stevie. At least you got Bruno in there, but Bruno could be a rogue shout for captaincy. I think it's as the Sunderland at home. I'd have. Yeah, Hughie Carney's ran into fourth, but Joy Neenan's right there. And possibly on transfers made. That's the reason why Hughie's on top. He's maybe done less transfers than Joey, but they're on the same points of 2093. And yeah, good stuff from Hughie. He's still got a chip intact. He's got the triple cap, so the lads, and so is Joey's got the triple captain as well. So it's going to be very tricky. They're a little bit back here. I think the Christy Nicholson winner will. I'm going to put it down as somewhere between Stevie Nolan, David McNamara, and Lacers. So yeah, joining in the 206k, and he got rid of João Pedro, scored, so that was -1 in Haaland. So he did get his Haaland eventually back. We noticed that he needed to get Haaland, and he must have had enough money there to get in O'Reilly. So not a bad move, but that was a -4 hit on Alderete. -3 actually, and a -1 in the Haaland. So he actually got a -4 over the moves, but he set up for Haaland. But getting in Haaland now is just kind of committing and decide, well, I'm going to finish where I'm going to finish now. A few little differentials, and that's about it. Change wise, so you really got to get lucky now. People who have Mukiele and Senesi and all that. A lot of people did get rid of Senesi to get Gabriel in, so that's a bummer. I know Andy from Let's Talk, he got rid of Senesi to get Gabriel in. I don't mind him now up on 263 out of 13 million. I don't mind him getting in Gabriel out of fear. I don't mind that. It's fine. But not when you're like 1.2 million and you're trying to. I'd rather have both, to be honest, if you could. They're going to be worth big money next season now, guy. When they're going to factor in that DEFCON in the players now that they've got data for a whole season, the Hills and the Snessis and the Tarkovskis and now with Ndai getting it, he'll get a 0.5 bump up minimum for his little, and Bowen will definitely go up with he's got points coming from everywhere, out his eyes, ears, and orifices, and the whole lot, pores everywhere. He's got points coming out of his ears. Connor Freely's 347k, fair enough. 8th position, 9th is Pat Kiley, so still lots of chips to play for Pat. He's got a bench boost and a triple captain, so he's going to end up having to play. What would I do anyway? I'd do the triple captain in 36, to be honest with you. Let's have a look anyway, Pat, because it's an interesting. He's in a tricky situation. He might think, well, I'll triple captain Haaland or triple captain Cherksey or O'Reilly. They're too good. They're really very good to captain anyway. For the triple captain, but I suppose you could do that in a single game week anyway. But there's no more double game weeks, so I'll do the triple captain this week because you're not going to get anything else. Like there's a maximum of 6 doublers this week, 3 Palace and 3 City. So there's likelihood anyway that there's no point bench boosting that because you can have them all playing in your 11. So you might as well just triple captain this week and do your bench boost in a week. You think now he's got Dewsbury Hall, very good. Poirot, the fee, Okay, fair enough. A tricky one against, I think it's United. Henderson's got 2 games. So that might, yeah, he could bench boost just by having Henderson there, but I wouldn't do it just because of that. Because all the other game weeks now, 37 and 38, they won't have a double. So he will. I'd rather miss a goalkeeper on your bench doubling than miss a Haaland and triple captain them over 2 games. That's what I'd rather. So we'll see what Pa does. I'm going to keep an eye on that. But Pa has got no reason not to be finishing top 9 or 8. I mean, like he's got 2 chips left. It's just really good. 3 free transfers. So like he's probably into his guy and he's training and you get distracted and you're meant to like you can have a look at the app, during the game or something or not. Well, watching the game, but with life and training and obligations and work. Oh, I was meant to do that, and a lot of these guys are going to training when the deadline is going on at 6:30 or whenever it is, or there could be on a Friday deadline at 6:30, deadline at 1:30 on a Saturday. You could be going to play a game over and they got no reception. It's easy, man, and just miff you off, and I'm done. It's all psychological, so I understand. I know why. I understand it. Yeah, let's have a look at Rory's wild card. Might as well. Former winner. I think he's the 2023 winner. No, it's the 24, 3 possibly. Um, the Rory Mission Halford, he's on his wild card, so he's well set up. He's got all his Palace, he's got his Munoz. Yeah, he's just does everything proper. I would have had Henderson in there, but maybe he couldn't afford Henderson. This Harry Wilson thing is done, man. It's dead as doornails. It's a stink out. He's done his points, and that's the way it's been this year as well. Guy, I forgot to mention that a lot of these dudes, especially Wilson, he's had 2 purple patches all year. And if you had them for his 3 or 4, especially Burnley away and then Burnley home or what, if you had that, and Spurs as well, he scored against Spurs. If you had this guy when he did it all, and I know because I saw people like Andy from Let's Talk, they seem to know when these guys went bang and supernova. And it's not just Harry Wilson; it's loads of others. Grove came in and done bits and pieces for them. He'd have Virgil, at the right times, it's all this sort of stuff. People say it's luck, but whatever the rhyme and reason, when you work out the ribbon of a season, the 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 universal sort of spice or whatever a season has, some people can tune into that and they just make those decisions. It's like one decision leads to another right decision and another to another, and you just have enough money to get this, and then most of the other people, they've lost a transfer value. Something's gone down, point one, and you've lost. It's just all open doors and swinging doors, and it gets worse. It's a cascade effect, really is, and you get worse and worse decisions, and he got better and better decisions, and he accepts that. But I'm not saying it's all luck, but sometimes I think there's nothing else you can do but finish brilliant. Um, so that's Lee Chambers. So yeah, we're having a look at Rory. So he's well set up. He's only got 2 Palace. Okay, fair enough. I would have had Henderson in there instead of Darlow. Ray Gabriel, he's well set up for Arsenal. I do like to have the Dewsbury Hall in there. That's a good move. Gibbs White. Yeah, another one, Gibbs White. Yeah, lots of people again had him. Thiago, I missed loads of his points. Thiago at the beginning up until November and December. I missed all his points there. The penalties were eating me alive, and I just didn't fancy or go there. I want to go there, and I went against that sort of ploy, and it just never worked out, and it didn't work out, and that's another reason as well. And it's just hot and cold season. It's just there's no consistency, and it's just all random. And if you were getting enough players, and oh, I'm going to go in for this guy. He's got Burnley and Wolves, and we've left him, and we decided to well not use a transfer or role, and being more dynamic this season and more fluid and making sure you have an open midfield spot or an open striker spot, and then judge when you need to have them four defenders or five defenders. You know, five defenders at the back has destroyed it all season. I'm not blaming the DEFCONs. I think it's more interesting, and I'm always looking out for DEFCON. Oh, you know, I've had Endai getting DEFCONs. I had Bowen getting DEFCONs. You know, it's great when you see that and you have it, and they deserve it as well. So that's the crack anyway with Rory. So he's well set up there, and he's got a bench boost to come for this game week. So um, yeah, I would have had Henderson in there that bench boost. That's the only. It's probably just a money thing. Lee Chambers 53, 751k 11. All right, I'm gonna have to kind of call this a day, but getting worse, man. Getting worse. Getting that sort of stage where you come get blocked up. I wasn't blocked up as much all day. Uh, outdoor job killing me, man. The Crumpet Carney 68, good score. Still got a triple captain left, so he can have a bit of fun now for 36. And you mean one thing about Crumpet, he's a bit of a maverick, and he does his own thing, and like he's got Savazalai there. You know, I'm not seeing many teams with Savazalai in there. So he's a great shout for next season. I'll keep an eye on Savazalai. I wouldn't mind having him from the get-go. I know some people hate him, but I think he's capable of anything. So I'm going to do a short list anyway, and write down all the players I want for next season. And I'm going to do that after I do this pod while it's fresh in the mind. But then again, you know yourself, all of the players you want for next season, they'll all double in price. So you know what I mean? They'll 20% rise. Hill there, more DEFCON and points. Yeah, so it's a very good 68. He went with a DCL like myself. Uh, and not a bad bench, but is Gomez injured? Just okay. Jack Maloney, a 49, plenty of chips left. Triple captain and the bench boost. So again, he's in that sort of situation. That I think the Rory's in it as well as your Rory in it, but probably triple captain for the dancer this game week and then just bench boost somewhere down the line at this stage when you have them two left. He's got Lewis Potter, who's just, yeah, he got a few assists, didn't he? Wilson and Dewsbury Hall on the bench with the Boravka. That would have been 17 bench boost. I wouldn't have played it there anyway. Bench boost, not today, not on game week 35. Yeah, so John C. Alban. So we had a look at these anyway. So we've seen the league sort of issue, which will be interesting. So just quickly have a look down the rest of this and call it a night. 74 from Barry Cribben, good stuff. The Maeve 63, Captain Calvert-Lewin, all his chips done now. But he's jumped up quite a lot over the last 10, 12 game weeks. He's really clawed back something for this season. I think James he's clawed back something of some sort of respectability. He still has a chance to make the top dogs league format. And he's in a good place, I would say. Generally looking as people are looking to get Rice back again. And yeah, I like João Pedro with the overhead kick. Fair enough. He's got lots of versatility on the bench. Timbers has got to come back yet. Vert's okay. Was benched against United. And yeah, Kelleher, Gabriel O'Reilly. He doesn't have double City. Probably sneak another City in there. But I don't think it's massively crazy to get loads of Palace in there. But he could take a -4 for a Palace dude or something. But I don't know really. One free transfer. But a reasonable team to still have at this time. It's quite similar, a little bit more similar to mine in a way. I have DCL, Haaland, Dewsbury Hall, Dango, Rogers, Gabriel, Kelleher. Owen Collins there with a 48. And he's got a bench boost left, so hopefully he uses in 36. Someone let him know. Dave Martin has jumped up a little bit now anyway. He's still got a triple captain left. So he'll have a look at something to do here. O'Reilly, Haaland, and he's got Semenyo. And Semenyo, yeah. So good stuff from Dave Martin, 1.75 million. And yeah, anything else on there? Richardson's on the bench boost, 60. It's okay. Got an Enzo for the injured Xavi, unlucky there. So Richie is the chip man is fine. What's this McGinn thing? He must be injured, so that's something to look at. Unlucky there. Yeah, got a 60 there on the bench boost. Yeah, so yeah, on with the bench boost, didn't get any help there. Roofs 3, Lacroix 2, Bowen 2, Enzo 2. So didn't get much help in any regard there. Wild card. Oh, I don't know, man. I would have. He's still got his wild card left. He should have done it in 30. Well, man, he should have done it in 35, the wild card, not the bench boost. Should have set himself up for 36 and then play a bench boost and sort it all out that way. Well, it would have been only 6 players, so I don't know, man. It just smells like he probably should have done the wild card 32, the bench boost 33, triple captain 34, and he'd still have the free hit left, I suppose, but 34 could have been the free hit and then ride into 35. Yeah, but a lot of people don't even need any more chips now at this stage because they're all set up. We're all set up. Yeah, we'll have to see anyway. He'll do his own thing. He's his own man, so he'll sort out McGinn. He's got a 1 free transfer. Um, he's a midfielder, so what would you want from Palace there? Take a chance on Sarr. Nobody will have him, possibly. But people just don't trust his minutes now. Gibbs White. And it's the most boring thing. I'm telling you, to be the most boring thing in the whole world. Gibbs White, Sabazalai, Mukiele, Van Hecke, Hinselwood. We can be absolute bore. I'll tell you what, I'm going to bore everybody, man. And Bowen might be the most exciting. Well, he could be in the championship, man. He won't even be go-to anymore. So we'll all have to be thrown in our Solankis and Rich Carlson and the Spurs and relying on a dodgy injury Madison next season. Some really good assets in FPL going down if West Ham go down, man. There's 2 or 3 of them there that are really interesting. That Fernandez as well at West Ham. He's like a mini Bruno, really. Cheap version and just as better in a way. So 85 from Ruben. Good score from Ruben. From the Sunset Burns. Kind of good 70s classic rock, Latin rock. Rock and roll. Gokya as well. That's a great shout out there for Gokras. Very amazing shout out. That's the shout out of the week there. 85. Gokras 32. So he's jumping up a bit, 1.85 million. He even got Cunha. Saliba's in there. No Gabriel. And he's got loads of chips, wild card and triple captain left. So I'd be doing a wild card in the 36 and but team it's good. Sabazalai's in there as well. It actually doesn't need a wild card in the way of this team. And he's got 4 free transfers, so he doesn't even need to do a wild card. I wouldn't do a wild card this game week just to get 2 Palace and reckon Sarr's no good, I suppose, and that Stevie's baloney, but Beto could be anything. He's had a good time at the minute. So it's a tricky one there for Ruben. Shake and bake, shake your heart. 68, good score, shake. He's come back a little bit, 1.9 million. So cream is rising over there. And he's got a triple captain left. So yeah, a few more. Jack McGoldrick with a 50, Derek Kilkenny, Captain Bruno, 62. Some good scores down here. Donny O'Brien on a 53, took a -4, and he's got a triple captain left though. Gibbs White's gone in, and Haaland. Yeah, Haaland's going to be up. It's got what? I'm telling you, next season it's going to be boring, man. So yeah, just scroll down here. 49 to Cyril Collins, 1880, 4.17 million. Keith Robinson. Has he met his zenith? He's all out of chips, but he's still got a 52. It would be a slight grey to red arrow that. I know that for me, I was 4 points on the 61, so 57 was my safety. So you're in and around there. 4.2, so try and get into that top 3.5, possibly. Can he do it? Everyone's got Thiago. Sesko's a bit of a differential. Maguire, he's got the Mukiele dude in. That was a good call. But he got rid of Zavazalai for Palmer. It's devastating, man. It's a -13 on Palmer. I hate the guy, man. I'm telling you, it's absolute waste of time, Cole Palmer. He's done, man, as a football. Whatever's happened to him is just brains gone, scrambled. I think it will take some sort of manager to come in there and sort him out. He did have a good run of it for the first 6 months at Chelsea. He still had that City thing in Pep in him, but whatever's happened to him now down in London, whether it's the bright city lights, whether it's distractions, he's a young man, women, a bit like the minors, once they get to 17, 18, 19, you'll never see them again once they discover fags, women, and alcohol. Or maybe for Palmer, it's like fast cars, nightclubs, and cigars, who knows? But I've written him off as any serious sort of you'd want to have your brain examined to have Palmer in next season. He'd have to go down to about a minimum. I'm telling you, but people like Andy from Let's Talk will say, "Oh, you can't have Cole Palmer at 8 million. Everyone will have him in his team." Because when you compare that Gibbs White, he will be a minimum of 8 million, man. I'm telling you, 8 million. DEFCON, versatile, up and down, sort of semi-Gerard, box to boxer, gets in on assists. Does he take corners as well? He's like He-Man's best mate, isn't he? Man at arms. Yeah, he reminds me. Yeah, Morgan gets White after. Yeah, he's got his head done. I don't know if he's going to be ready to, to get up for the next game. Concussion protocol and all that. Like, but yeah, I think Morgan Gibbs White, Shabazalai, they'll be in my team. Mukiele will be all the boring ones, and this is the most boring, man. Oh, who else is in here? Who are we looking at anyway? Keith Robinson. So yeah, devastation there. Calvert-Lewin in for the injured Isak, okay, but he's lost a lot of points in those couple of transfers. It's going to be hard now. That's kind of a momentum staller for Keith now. 51st place, so he's not far off. He needs to get up to 1, 2, 3, 4. He needs to get up to 45th place, where Jason McGoldrick is on 1845. So he's 32 down on being promoted. I'm not sure which one it is. Probably the 20. Probably the underdog league. So He's in the Strays League, so it's a possibility he can be actually one league below the top dogs. He can salvage something. Keep going, man. Keith going. So the Starman 79 will have to shout out. No chips played all season. 5 free transfers. He used to be ringing me and WhatsApp this and that and Vinny, what we do, Vinny? I'm sitting here, lads, and what we going and the panic. I think some people like they just say I'm done with that. I'm just have to have a new life after, and then they have to kind of miss it for a while and then come back to it, or then they grow out of the whole thing and they realize that life. You know what I mean? Like Ado is married man now, so he's got responsibilities, man, and you know, is there something about getting married and Joey Neenan got married and he came back to win the Christie last year. And so I know that he can do it, but there seems to be something about a lifestyle thing that happens. Um, yeah, it's just like too many commitments. One thing about Ado, he's doing all the right things. Footballer of the year. Won the trophy, BALLYHAUNIS clubsman. I was there that night. We had a good night, great crack. I yeah, look, it's a bit kind of disconcerting. Somebody was part of the fabric of something that you were all into for so long, and then you realize that they're getting. I think he's got probably the best life that there is. And the best lad that there is as well. A great. Everyone in the town's proud of a few of these lads and everybody that gives their time for the club and for voluntary. Like they're all trying to do it for us, man, and they're all trying to work hard in the dark months of the year. So much appreciated anyway. So it's not all about FPL. But come back anytime, Starman. You're welcome. But yeah, and we got another Phillips down here, the big friendly giant. No way, and he's been grigging me all the time, like, oh look where I am. Man, seriously, man, you give it, but come on, bro, come on, bro. You're gonna have to give me a hug now. Um, no chips. It's like, oh my God, did I do something wrong? These guys, come on. Oh my God, I must have offended the Phillipses here. Um, is it like a protest? Something's like a protest going. Ah, my God, I cannot believe it. Diarmid hasn't played one chip all season. I haven't even clocked it. He's probably said, I'm not playing any more chips until Vinny recognizes me. It's probably the one. Look, he's got Mukiele in there. The team looks fairly fine, but it's hard to believe that it looks kind of some team that you would have had around game week 25, especially when Bruno was doing really well before he got injured. It looks okay, man. It's just he's even got a bit of City there. I don't know what to say anyway, Dermot. You're not going to even listen to this, are you? 4.4 million. So that's where the Phillipses are, guys. The Carney bunch of like I'm trying to develop some sort of rivalry, some sort of Carney mafia versus the Phillips mafia. It's not. It's just never got off the ground, does it? I can't build anything up between the two great families. At the moment, I don't know Phillips has won the Christy Nick yet, and there's enough of them out there. Like my God, there's a lot of them. Yeah. So, by the law of averages, anyway, it's working out for the Carneys, and I think they're the lads, the Phillips brigade. They're being shortchanged, but the truth points to itself. Uh, Anyone love Babylon 5? They know exactly what I meant with that. I'm not going to explain it. Jackie Coyne, Mayo captain. Let's have a look at you, bud. At least he's played 2 chips anyway. He's not far. So there is a pattern here. All the Ga lads that of the season started, something in about the Ga. It's just 100% focus and commitment. So anyway, that's Jackie's team. He's couple of chips left anyway, and 5 free transfers. So he's freewheeling Lots of freewheelers down here now. We need to save the voice. No chips played at all by Joshua Webb, Joseph Lyons, Ryan Kilbattler, where he's played two. Derek Points played one. Seamus O'Boyle, no chips played. He's given up. He Jack the Dancer. You want to sort your mate out from Vancouver here. He's not playing at all. Ethan Keene's done nothing. Neither is Dylan Lyons. Carl Mars has tried his best. He's played all his chips. He's brought in Morgan Gibbs White for a -3 on Cunha, which is ouch. He even captain Shirksey, but he's got 54. But Carl's trying. Connor, another Roscommon clubsman. He's given it up. He's played one chip, but there you go. And James Crane, up the Rosses, you'd say, in and around down here in 65th position. John Kelly's played one chip all year. Jack Carney's not played a chip all year now. Now that's what I mean. Like he's letting the cross country running down here, Ja. It's too late now. 3 game weeks left, and he's going to burn a chip. So he's had 4 packets of chips, and he can only eat 3 at the minute. So it doesn't matter if you win the second thing. It doesn't in the Christy Nicholson Pub Fantasy League. You can do a Liverpool. You can win it in the COVID and then go away for 5 years and do nothing. Then you can win the title last year, and now Liverpool can go away for another 5 years, and then they might want to win it. That's Liverpool. That's where they're at, and it's going to be really interesting, the Chelsea game. If Chelsea pop up there, who have scored 1 goal and lost 6 games in a row, and 1 goal scored, which was a fluky, not a fluke, but it's like a 1 in a million shot. I just don't see any future for that slot lad. I really don't see any. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Arne Slot back together again. Yeah, that was an interesting nursery, right? It's not about an egg that falls off a tower. It's actually a cannon. But I won't go into it here. Mad story, man. So yeah, that's all most of it. It's Sean Gilday's not played a chip. Andy Cunyon in Australia's not played a chip. Jerry Feeney's just giving it up. Freewheeling. Jason Coyne freewheeling. Shawnee Fitz does bits and pieces. He captain Bone this week, fair enough. 6.9 million. Michael Kilcourse is on the dart still. He's given up the ghost. Freewheeling, no chips played, 5 free transfers. Same with Sean Kalani. So that's the thing. Like the competitivity of the Christian League. You can say about half of it is pretty competitive, down to 40, 50, and definitely the last 30 or so. Just thanks for pressing the button, guys. It's good though. You just keep in the loop anyway. And when you come back, I appreciate you guys being in there in a way. Why not just click the button and join? And one day, William the Hitman Nestor, he might come back. But he's doing a great job in and around the town. The town is thriving. It's doing the best it can, The town festival was unbelievable last year in July. Seriously, that night. And I've got to be there every year now after that. That's a must. And it's just people like, William won't off all the credit, but Mike Griffin and seeing him there, and just so heartening to see the town rally together and the people that live there. I don't live there all the time. Now I come back and I suppose I steal a bit of the fun, but these guys make the fun. I really appreciate that the people there keep it going for a few of us that come back, and I just never want to go back to Ballyhaunis and feel I'm a stranger in my own town. I rarely get it, but I always try to make it back and to see who the crack is and have a bit of fun. And I'd like to have more to do with the town and bits and pieces. But I suppose this is my little way of trying to keep connected to back home and you guys out there, and that's what I hope to have with this, guys. So thanks very much, lads. That's the review. And yeah, we'll take a little break in the summer of all this. But best of luck now to the main protagonists here. It's going to be between Neil Carney, Neil Lacers Carney, Stephen Stratford Nolan in third, and David, the quiet fellow McNamara in second. And any of them three, I'd be so proud to get their name on that notch. Um, it's still not out there for Stevie. He's still got a chip, so there's still a rabbit to be pulled out of this hat. This hat could have had a bit more luck, I know, but yeah, Neil, um, inspiration of seeing Ja winning it, and Huey's always there now. Look, it's just amazing. Really proud of what's going on this year, and all of you deserve a lot of credit, and a lot of you have been here year after year. So good, and that's you're keeping the likes of me, Elvis, and that's the way I want it that way. I want it that way. I'll keep you honest, okay, and that will drive up the league overall. Okay, take good care, guys. That's all I have. So look after yourselves and each other, and God bless. Guru out. Cheers, folks. God bless.